Welcome back, everybody. My name's Prater54, aka Adam, coach of the Machesney Park Slowpokes, and today I bring you the draft analysis for Luxury Ball Season 3 in SBDA. This was definitely going to be an interesting season. I ended up getting fortunate enough to be pick number 2. After the marbles I got to choose, so I was pick 2 in this one. It's 115 points for 10 to 12 months. It's 20 points for up to 3 Tera captains with open Tera preview, and it is Tera tax. So it could be costly to have a stronger captain, or some cheap ones can just be slightly taxed, and you can have a little bit of fun. But anyways, we are going to hop on into our round 1. We took Great Tusk. I wanted a reliable spinner. I wanted something that could just punch things with booster energy and call it a day. Access to Stealth Rocks, Temper Flare, Headlong Rust, Close Combat, Earthquake, Play Rough, Ice Spinner, Knockoff, Rock Slide, Supercell Slam, Temper Flare. I think I said that twice. But all in all, Mom can do just about anything, and it was well worth the 19 points. Next, it came back around to me, and I figured I might as well get a fast T-Spiker as well as something that can abuse my potential plan later on. For 16 points, I got Iron Moth. Being able to run Power of Meteor Beam, Fiery Dance, Psychic, Hurricane, Energy Ball. Even gets access to agility, so I can run a modest set with booster energy, or later on you'll see I make a little bit of a shenanigans. But all in all, 19-point Iron Moth, especially with access to Toxic and T-Spikes, is nothing to scuff at. Granted, it's a times 4 Fairy Resist, times 4 Grass Resist, and a Ice Resist for Great Tusk. The synergy is very, very good. We are going to hop on into Mon number 3. We ended up getting Ogerpon Water. There wasn't really any other water types I liked that were left, so we just settled for this to have a water immunity for Iron Moth and Great Tusk, neutral to Ice. Iron Moth and Great Tusk resist the poison type moves that want to hit into this. They also resist the bug type moves that do damage to Ogerpon. All in all, pretty damn good. This gives me access to Spikes, Trailblaze, SD, Knockoff, Spiky Shield, Ivy Cudgel that does not make contact for a water type move, so I can just spam that after an SD. Power Whip, Horn Leech, access to Encore to disrupt my opponent. All in all, for 16 points, Ogerpon's going to look pretty good. Let's see if I can do this thing justice. I'm doing okay with it in LGA, but we'll see if we can get it popping off. Next, round 4, for 15 points, we got Latias. This gave me access to Healing Wish. This gave me access to Recover, Mist Ball, Size Shock, Ice Beam, Agility. You get Draining Kiss as well for recovery, so you can hit opposing dragons, as well as Dragon type Stab. And I believe access to Tailwind as well. I believe both Lotties get it. But all in all, that's not bad. This can run DD as well with Earthquake and Liquidation and Dragon Claw. All in all, Latias for 15 points is going to just exist. We'll see if we can get the job done with it and see how many kills we can get with it. Next, we needed a fairy. We ended up getting a Rabombi for Sticky Webs. Great Tusk behind Sticky Webs is just a monster. So is Ogerpon behind Sticky Webs, and so is Latias. Just allowing me to spam Life Orb hits is just amazing. This even gets access to Quiver Dance, Stun Spore, gets access to screens, so I can set screens, pivot out, go into one of my other threats, and proceed onward from there. Rabombi is 11 points. It was originally drafted as a Tera captain, but then in Grace I decided to get an even more fun Tera Captain. You guys will see that at the end. But Rabambi can do a lot of things. This is a very, very fast mon. This is faster than my last 3 mons are 110. This is base 124. All in all, getting a fast fairy is nice. Granted, it's not bulky, but we'll see what we can do. And the steel types that would wall this are getting blown back by Tusk and Iron Moth. So all in all, it's not a horrible trade-off. Next, we take our first Tera Captain. We dig Tera Captain Sceptile. Alright, you guys can probably put 2 and 2 together where this is going. If you can think about Iron Moth and Sceptile, some form of terrain is going to be formed. But Sceptile with Unburden is incredibly clutch. You can run a mirror set, run max attack, max special attack, and just be able to be mixed, which is incredibly good. It counters Dragon Dance, it counters Stellar Tera, like on a contrary mon, or, well, I think my week 1 I play Leaf Storm, so I'm going to run this and steal the boosts, and then see how far I can take Sceptile to go. Stuff like that. This gets access to Bullet Seed Scale Shot with loaded dice if I wanted to just blow things back, and quite a few things that are going to be interesting. Well, for 5 points, Sceptile is well worth the investment, and we will see what it can do as a Tera Captain. Next, I was between Orthworm and this mon. I ended up taking Caporaja because, like I said, I have 2 Tailwind setters, and then I can get myself eject buttoned out into Caporaja. Now it's double speed with Sheer Force Life Orb, and I'm smacking things in the face. Granted, you're not exactly the fastest thing, but this thing can still put in the finest of work. But Caporaja is here for Stealth Rocks, here to wall fairies, and just do immediate sheer force damage. All in all, for 5 points, we'll see what it can do. It's not going to be an every week mon, but it's just filler. I needed a steel type. Next, the terrain happens. We get Pincurchin. Where is Sceptile Mini? Come back. Okay, so this allows me to get booster energy on Iron Moth for free. Sorry, the Cork Drive for free. Sceptile, the Unburden Seed. All in all, not bad, not bad. Can immediately trigger, run Tera Flying Acrobatics, and start hammering away after the Grassy Seed proc, which is, sorry, the Electric Seed proc was incredibly good. This prevents my team from being put to sleep, which is also very, very good. Granted, Latios is not protected by the terrain, but it is what it is. This little guy is about to put in the finest work for 3 points, gets access to spikes and T-spikes, Scald, Discharge, Thunderbolt. All in all, can do quite a few nifty things for 3 points, and we'll see what they can do. Next, we got Drifloon for default. Drifloon was 6 points. I considered making this thing a Tera Captain as well, but I would have had to downgrade the Pokemon after this to an even weaker normal type, so we decided not to make it a Tera Captain. This gets access to Tailwind with Electric Seed, making the rest of my team fast. This can set Trick Room. This can set Tailwind, Solar Flare. Solar Boost, have built-in choice specs, and be able to trick the Flame Orb back off to my opponent. It's nice. Don't have to risk the Will-O-Wisp miss, and now you steal their item. All in all, that's not bad. Especially if you trick the Flame Orb onto a choice Scarfer or something with choice specs, you can lock it into burn. All in all, pretty good. Relatively bulky, relatively offensive, and access to Strength Sap is also very good to deter things, and access to Trick Room now this gen, I believe, for the Caporaja. All in all, for 6 points, Drifloon's going to get the job done. And then we have, you know what, let's take it crack at Porygon 2. This gives me Trick Room, this gives me Recover, Foul Play, Ice Beam, Thunder Wave, gives me access to screens, gives me access to trace and download. So I can run agility downloads, get a free special attack boost or an attack boost, and swing into my opponent, which is not bad at all. Especially after agility. That's free, like choice specs plus double speed. All in all, for 7 points, Porygon 2 is going to be a bulky boy with Eviolite, and we are going to have some fun, allowing me to have support for the team as well as a bulky wall. And last but not least, we took our second Tera captain, we picked it up in Grace, Iron Thorns. Open Tera Iron Thorns and Electric Terrain gets free Quark Drive, allowing me to DD plus a Tera and overwhelm my opponent. I believe I get both Rock Blast and Scale Shot. I'd have to double check on Scale Shot. I know I get Pin Missiles, so I can run like Tera Bug, Dragon Dance with loaded dice, and just hammer away on things that want to kill me. That's pretty good. And you run Rock Blast, as long as you don't miss, you're sitting pretty. Access to Supercell Slam, access to the Elemental Punches, access to Knockoff, and access to Spikes and Stealth Rocks. All in all, I got a pretty hazard heavy team, and I look forward to seeing what this team can do. But anyways, that is the team. Look forward to week 1 when I play Skippy. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy. I will catch you guys later. Peace.